God bless America. I wish I could sing. I would sing that song for us because I love America. And I love our military that have given us the freedom to allow me to pursue happiness in being a professional bass fisherman only in America. And it came with the price, man, a heavy price. The price of freedom is not free. And so I'm very, very grateful to every person that has served in our United States military. They're having a bass tournament. It's going to kick off at Fort Bragg, North Carolina, Warriors on the Water. I've asked to be a part of it. I am delighted to be there. We're going to Fort Bragg, then we're headed to the water to do a little bass fishing in competition with our soldiers. How awesome is this? Warriors on the Water. You stay with me? I'm Hank Parker.
Your line's right inside the door, gentlemen.
Appreciate it. Thanks, sir.
Warriors on the Water. One of my favorite deals we do every year, hang out with soldiers. This year we're at Warriors on the Water, Fort Bragg, North Carolina. Now, my job is to get to hang out with all the soldiers and eat pizza and have a big time and on the base. Do you know that Fort Bragg is the largest U.S. military base? I'm not sure about acreage, but number of people in the whole wide world. There's more soldiers at Fort Bragg, North Carolina than any base in the world. That's what I'm told. That's pretty big. Man, that place is like a giant city. But we got to go on base and got to interact with the soldiers. We hung out, ate pizza, gave out a bunch of luge rods and reels. I mean, a pile of luge rods and reels. And each soldier that was in the event, and then there were some special soldiers we gave equipment to that wasn't even in the event. So it was pretty awesome. Like Christmas. Congratulations, man. Use them safely.
Hey,
Thank you,
sir. It's a pleasure. It's an honor to be here.
My honor.
It's
Thank
great
you,
stuff.
sir. Yes, sir. Appreciate it. Thank you, sir. God bless you. Thank you for your service, brother.
sir.
God bless you.
Talk to me now.
I got a new bait called the Juke. Now, I never have felt good about catching fish on the water that people are competing. I got a fine new reel in my hand and rod that I wish you could enjoy, but I don't really feel like sharing it.
That's all right. I want you to experience what we have to offer.
All right, well, I'm experienced. So Richard LeBeau and I from Lewes, while the other guys were practicing, Richard and I went over to a private lake and we tested some of the new Lewes rods and reels. We got to test the old Hank Parker spinnerbait. We got to throw some topwater, and it's just really fun. Richard is a good buddy of mine. It was just great to hang out with him. And so we had a ball. See, this is why I love a single hook. Oh,
Told you.
I think that's a smallmouth. His whole body's small, his mouth is small, everything about it is small.
And he's got a big appetite.
You gotta get bigger than that. We tied that bait on there to catch a big one. I don't think that qualifies. Getting a little better. I'm gonna be honest with you. The whopper plopper's bigger than the fish. We ain't gonna give you a lot of credit. Look at that one. But you gotta be good to catch them little rascals. You never can have too many rods and reels. Have you ever noticed that?
That's good for our business.
Yeah, you try to sell that idea too, don't you? Look at that man go. We have created a monster. I hope we can catch one for today. So we fish some topwater baits, we fish some spinner baits, we fish some plastic worms, we fish some jerk baits. About anything you want to name, we fished, and we caught them on everything we threw.
You got a pistol grip there.
This is I love this. Let me tell you something. You can do anything you want to with a two-handed rod. There's no doubt about it.
Right.
And you can roll cast the spinnerbait with a two-handed rod and do fine. But I can do a single. Watch this.
That's
Get
right.
a backlash. All right, we're gonna have to redo that. I wasn't yet ready for that. We're gonna edit that out. That's the first one, Richard, in 27 years. First
You're
really
excited talking about it there.
backlash I've ever had.
You need some help?
No. You can throw all day long and roll cast and use your two-handed rod, but with these pistol grip rods, you can just whip it out there just like opening a doorknob. You got trees overhanging. If you get too close to a boat dock, hey, like that. This fish so rudely interrupted because I was trying to demonstrate how to cast a bug. The next day, we've got competition day. And you've got all these boats blasting off. We've got these guys bailing out of airplanes, landing in the circles, carrying flags. I mean, a ton of pageantry. And now my goal was to hang out with Richard and just ride around and not fish, but video the guys fishing in the competition. But that changed. Oh, man. Had a bite. Took my little worm off too. Hey, don't go away. We're gonna kick the tournament off coming up.
And this fish came off the lube rods that were donated to the American Hero Rod and Reel.
Woo! See what American
Congratulations,
Hero will
guys.
do for you? Good job.
This portion of Hank's Show is brought to you by Berkeley. Catch more fish. Yeti coolers, built for the wild. This portion of Hank's Show is brought to you by Berkeley. Catch more fish. Now it's time for Hank's tip of the day.
All right, let's see what this guy will do.
This is called a jaywalker.
The 120.
And this is just your traditional type walking bait. You can throw it out there and you can get it to cut a long ways. It's got real heavy components on it, so you can throw it a mile. You can cover a boatload of water. And it's just, you know, your traditional walking type bait, but again, where we get better is we add the good hooks. And it's got that sound in it a little bit, kind of the one knocker sound that a lot of guys really think is effective. And you
I'll
can
tell
hear
you.
it.
You can be aggressive with this bait. Over the years, they've gotten so much better than the originals, and this is one that I'm gonna say is better than the originals for the simple reason it doesn't take much to walk it. And I think where you got that weight and the way it's tapered makes all that difference.
Yep, you would not believe the amount of variables you can change to make this thing do just a little bit different things. But that's the 120. We've got 100 size.
All right, this is the Jaywalker. That's a 3-hook model. This is a 2-hook. This is the Jaywalker 100, and that's a beautiful bait, and it's a thin bait.
So this is the 2-hook. So
This is a 2-hook.
But again, it's how you play with the weighting and the design, and the combination of that gets it to work like the big one, a little more finessey. You're not pushing as much water, but it's just as easy to walk.
Boy, it does walk.
A small mouth would make that 3 foot taller, wouldn't it?
I tell you what, that brown back in this overcast weather, it's hard to see it. I'm gonna step up here to the front where I can really make it work. But with that brown back, it's hard to see it. I don't know if the camera's picking it up or not. That white one really stuck out. Boy, I tell you what, you can make it go in wide motions without covering so much water. In other words, you can keep it in the same area walking back and forth really easy. That's pretty impressive. that you can take that small a profile bait, that narrow of a bait, and make it walk that much radius from side to side. That is a cool looking bait. And I want to show this close up because this is an awesome color. And I can think about a smallmouth just blowing this thing out of the world. Isn't that beautiful? Brown back's hard to see, but I can imagine in clear water, boy, those fish would come out of 30-foot of water, a smallmouth, to eat that thing.
Like Shark Week all over.
Yeah, you know all about that because you live where those big smallmouth are in that clear water. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. How are you? Yes, sir. Good to be here, man. Thank you. So it's competition day. As I say, that all changed. Richard and I are going to get ready to go riding around. We're letting everybody clear out. We're going to go up and eat a Krispy Kreme donut and maybe eat a Chick-fil-A biscuit and kind of cool it. And then we're going to go out on the water and we're going to interact with our soldiers and video them catching a few fish. Well, here comes a soldier walking up the hill with his stuff. And his name is Brian. I'm gonna call it Brian G, because I will butcher Brian's name. So I'm gonna say, Brian, what is your last name?
Guitars.
What is it?
Guitars.
Say it real slow.
Gutierrez.
Gutierrez. I am so far. So Brian's coming up the hill, and I said, what's going on, buddy? He said, oh, my guy, he got sick and couldn't make it. Well, that's kind of like a kid sitting on the corner with a lip puffed out crying because they can't ride the pony, and I got a pony. You bet you one thing, that kid sitting on that corner wanting to ride a pony, and I got a pony, he's gonna ride a pony. So I got a boat, and I got rods and reels, and I got fishing lures and worms and lizards and spinner bugs and whatever else it needs. So Brian and I, along with Richard, instead of just riding around, we're gonna get Brian to catch a fish. Hey, don't go away, it's starting to happen. We'll be right back.
Hank Show is made possible in part by Luz, Feel the Difference, and by Minn Kota, Soft Science, Solar Bat, and Talon.
Chuck her down there, brother. You're throwing it pretty good. Great man, great country, great service. All we need is a great bass. And we got the whole great team put together.
Yes, sir.
So our day was spent differently than what we intended to. We go out and we fish. And Brian and I and Richard, we all out there just frothing the water. And my goal is to get Brian to catch some fish, and Richard don't care, and I don't really care. You know, it's hard for me to say I don't care because every time I throw a lure in the water, I want to catch one, and if I told you I didn't, I'd be lying. There's a bass. But I honestly can tell you I'd rather Brian would catch one. What I'd really like to do is double up. I'd like to have a 10 and him have an 11. That's what I really like, every single time I throw a lure. Hey. So when I tell you I don't care if I catch one, I'll be honest with you, I'm lying. There's no truth in that statement. I really want to catch one. I love to catch a fish. They just pull and go crazy, and every one's eventful. You don't ever know what they're gonna do, you know. They might jump, they might go under the boat, they might get wrapped around a stick that you don't even know's there. There's a lot of drama in fishing.
Well, there's one there. There should be two.
Should be another one somewhere. And I love every second of it. So we're out drama seeking. See that limb sticking up? But I really am seeking more drama for Brian than I am myself. That's all right. Perfect. You got him. Stay with him, brother. Kit Kat, I knew it was your turn. Woo-ha! Old Blue, hold him right there. Hold him, right, hold old Blue right there, brother. We'll hold old Blue. Hold old Blue right there. Hey, buddy! Got a good one, guys. Watch out. Is this another catfish? Another catfish. Woo! I got a good one. Yeah! Shut up! You bit my old spinner bug there, old Blue. Yeah! Boy, if he'd have come off, we'd have talked about the big one that got away with me.
He'd have been a bass.
Oh, he'd have been a 12-pound bass, no doubt. Now that's what you need. You need a bass about that size. You need one just like that with no whiskers. No whiskers. I like the way these bait are following our baits. Catch a thread fin on the spinnerbait. Thread fin, there he is. Oh, a big giant bass, a big giant bass. Oh, a big old bass this time, no blue. So we go out and we have a fantastic day. No blue, guys. And as it worked out, I caught a giant. I caught a really big fish, and Brian caught some fish, and Richard caught fish. We had a good day. We caught catfish. We caught them on spinnerbait. Everybody said they're not biting a spinnerbait at all. You can't get them to bite a spinnerbait. Well, I caught about a 6-pound, 7-pound bass, and he bit a spinnerbait. Look at that fish, it's skin up. But he didn't know any better, so we won't tell him. Big old bass. That fish has just got through spawning. Gone through the spawn, so we're gonna let her go. That's good. Shortly after you catch a red fin, you catch a bass.
Fish think fast, you fishing slow.
Fairly slowed. Got him, buddy. Woo-ha! You got him! Yes! Hoo-ha!
Poor little guy.
That's all right, man. Proud of you.
It's bigger than the last two.
Hey, that's good. Hey, tough as it is today, that's good, I'm telling you.
Throwing it back. Yep. Yeah,
all yours, brother.
I appreciate it.
Hold it right there. Say, ah. There you go. Ah, it's all yours. Good job, man.
Hank's Show is brought to you in part by Ranger Boats, still building legends one at a time. Mercury Marine, go boldly.
Hey, buddy. Go to work. Man, what a great bunch of soldiers, and it was way more about fellowship and good times and our reverence and appreciation to our soldiers than it was winning or losing. But everybody in the tournament, just like I am, they all wanted to catch fish and they all wanted to win, and it worked out great. What a great way in, and what an awesome event is Warriors on the Water. And I appreciate all those fishermen that gave of their time to come out there and be a part of Warriors on the Water. And I just say thank you so much to Lou's, to FLW. They supplied the weigh-in facility and the scales and the trailer and the intercom system. Oh yeah, new big fish. Texas Roadhouse has supplied the food. Chick-fil-A brought in tons of biscuits. Krispy Kreme brought donuts. It's so awesome when you see a community all come together and say, hey, we appreciate you, soldiers, and we want to do this for you. So everybody that's watching this show that served in the military, all this was for you. It was all for you. Maybe you couldn't be there, maybe you're not active today, maybe you're not a warrior today, but this event was way more than just the few soldiers that were there at that event. This event was to encapsulate the whole community and the fishing world saying thank you for your service, God bless you. That's what this was about. So what an awesome day we had at Warriors on the Water. And to be standing up here to do this for the third time, that's incredible. And we appreciate all of our warriors, and we appreciate all the volunteers. And I'm gonna tell you, you got one first place guy, but you've got, how many votes did we have this morning?
152.
152, you got 152 winners. You got 152 winners and one first place guy. So congratulations on finishing first. And boy, I tell you, you can't do enough for these guys, but they're so appreciative. And you know, I got in a situation where a soldier didn't have a partner. And so I ended up not intending to go out on the water, but we had the opportunity, and I spent some time with a great guy on the water, and we had a ball came back and did the weigh-in. This is a happening event, and let me tell you, I'm thankful to Lou's. Boy, Lou's put so much into this tournament. They give each one of these soldiers a rod and reel. Is that not cool? Lots and lots of people, Ranger boats, Mercury outboards, just so many people get involved to participate in this tournament, just to show our deep, deep appreciation to our great American heroes, our warriors, man, warriors on the water. Hope you enjoyed the show today. Thanks for being with me. God bless you. I'm Hank Parker.
And don't forget to visit us at hankparker.com, the place for tips, giveaways, and more.
The house needs painting, the grass needs mowing. Where's he at? Gone fishing.